Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. It is April 11th, and we are here to take a look at all the overnight action in Asia. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Welcome to MarketStream.live. Well, we had an interesting session last night. The Nikkei finished down on the night, down about 50 points at 18,747. So the bounce that they had was short-lived. And really, you can just chalk it up, again, to the yen strength. The yen continues to move to the upside. That put pressure on stocks for the whole entire session. You also had exporters continuing to lag in Japan. And there was news that Toshiba, in their Q3 earnings, what do we call it? Guidance, who knows what you want to call it. They basically came out and said in their statement that an internal auditor basically is questioning whether or not they have the ability to sustain operations, even with the sale or the positioning of a sale of their chip segment. So right now you have the Nikkei under pressure in Japan, and with the geopolitical headlines and the strength in the yen, you're going to see that they're going to continue to struggle, especially if exporters continue to struggle. Taking a look at the Shanghai Composite, very volatile session in the Shanghai Composite, about a 1% range overnight. It actually finished the session up about 0.6%, but it opened up down 0.5%. So you had a little over a 1% range in the large cap Chinese index. What's notable here is that the PBOC did not inject any liquidity. And I think the market right now in China is waiting for the March CPI data. That's why the Shanghai Composite stayed in a pretty tight range. Hong Kong, though, the Hang Seng basically was pressured by the movement in energy. Energy names were to the downside, and with the anticipation of the CPI data coming out from the mainland, the Hang Seng finished the session down 173 at 24,088. And again, we're looking at a 30-minute chart, so some of you might be looking at this going, whoa. But the one thing that I want to note here is that Hong Kong did break its 20-day moving average on a daily chart. That means that the bears on the short-term basis have garnered some control, but China is still in the driver's seat as far as bullishness. The Nikkei, again, still below the 20 and 50-day moving average. So the bears have taken control in Japan. Let's see if it firms up, if there's any weakness in the yen or we get positive data out of the region. Also, we're watching the Korean Peninsula situation very closely. There was some notable news in Europe about the G7 meeting. We'll get into that in the on the open, taking a look at Europe. But right now we have Asia pretty much so mixed. Finally, India. India was up about 0.7%, up 212 at 29,788. Biggest driver right now, finance. All of the major banks were in the green in the overnight session. We're going to keep an eye on India. India has been the strongest index and had the strongest performance to the upside for the bulls. They did challenge their 20-day yesterday, finishing on its lows, but bounced back very, very strongly. So we'll keep an eye on that. Well, that's it for the overnight action report. Taking a look at Asia, we're going to be back at 8:45 Eastern time, where we're going to take a look at everything on the European continent. We'll talk to you then here at MarketStream.live.